over here, the ileum empties into the first part of the large intestine. So this first part is called the cecum. And what you see here is this slit that separates the cecum from the ileum. So this is called the ileocecal valve. Ileocecal valve, right? And here is the vermiform appendix, and you have to say vermiform on my exam. Okay? Appendix isn't enough. You have to say V-E-R-M-I-F-O-R-M, which means worm-shaped. Okay? Worm-shaped appendix. So the appendix sort of begins here, but I would ask for it out here if I was asking for it on this model. I could ask for it on other models too, so you have to make sure that you recognize it. Okay, so now here's the colon, large intestine. So from the cecum we have the ascending colon, and then it makes a right angle turn on the right side of your body, and the bulk of the liver is on the right side. So this is often referred to as the hepatic flexure, F-L-E-X-U-R-E. Hepatic or right. Right flexure is also acceptable. Okay? And then we have the transverse colon, runs across to the left side, and we do another right angle turn. So this is the splenic flexure or the left flexure. I like hepatic and splenic because it reminds me of the location of the liver and the spleen, and I think among students that's kind of helpful. Okay? So then we have the descending colon, and after it starts this curve around, then we call it the sigmoid. The sigmoid empties into the rectum, and then the anus is the very tippy-tip end of the digestive tract. The other feature here is that the colon, because of these muscle bands, there are 3 of them. And what are they called? It's on your list. Do what? Taenia coli. T-A-E-N-I-A. Taenia coli. 3 bands of muscle. And because of their tonus, you know, they're always in a certain degree of contraction going on. Not totally contracted, but a little degree of contraction. It throws the colon into these sacs, into these areas. And so they're called haustral, H-A-U-S-T-R-A, haustra or haustral sacs. The connective tissue sheet that keeps the intestines from dropping down to the bottom towards the pelvis all the time, that suspends it within the cavity, is called the omentum, O-M-E-N-T-U-M. And there's a greater omentum and a lesser, and it's huge, and it's got a little hole through it through which the blood vessels and nerves run, and in medical school the students have to find that hole. It's hard to find it. So and the word omentum means apron, and the greater omentum is so big that you see the medical students covered with this apron of connective tissue, and